Hello again, everyone. I am here to talk about books that I recently bought, mostly at the very end of September, actually even mid-September, to be honest with you. It's October 3rd, so I really haven't had a chance to buy anything in the month of October, but a lot of these I'm reading in the month of October, so I definitely wanted to talk about what I've gotten. Thanks. So the first book that I bought, and I mentioned this a few videos ago when I finished The Women's War, was Queen of the Unwanted by Jenna Glass. So this is the second book in the Women's War series. It's just a series. I'm pretty sure that this is going to be a trilogy. I have to say, I have to admit that I did kind of like do like a peek at the end. So I don't know. I don't know what actually happens at the end, but it did kind of seem like it's set up for another book. So my bad, but it's who I am. What can I say? But anyway, so this is the second book. This is taking place immediately after the final events in the first book. I don't want to say what happens, but there's been a death. A new principality has been established. Another person is dead. Someone is trying to have a stronger stronger reign as their whatever. But anyway, I've already started this. I'm on chapter 15, so that's page 171. I will say that there are so many more perspectives in this book. There was already 6 in the first book, which was not bad. I really, really loved the first book. I loved every single character. I didn't have much to say about the first book besides how much I love. If that moved, it's because I kicked the tripod again. Silly me. Anyway, I didn't have much to criticize about the first book. I really, really liked it. But I did realize after the fact that nobody was perfect, but there weren't any female characters that I hated. They were all women that I was constantly rooting for. And I would say, it doesn't mean that it's not a 5-star book for me, but the one thing I would say is, you know, I mean, give me like an evil lady. You know what I mean? Because the main evil person in the first book is the Prince of Alta, Delnamal. And in this one, not only do we have so many damn people in it, which I thought it was over. I'm on chapter 18 at this point, and I thought, okay, I've already counted like seven people, and some are new. And now I didn't realize I was going to get that same person from last time, so now I think it's 8. It's 8 or 9 perspectives, and I don't think it's going to end. I'm going to be honest with you. But I've already met someone that isn't unlikable, and she is a woman, and that'll be a nice addition because she is not like Alisoon or Elin. And not only that, some of the characters now that obviously were flawed in the beginning, but not really, we're seeing a completely different situation going on with them. And I wouldn't say that they're becoming unlikable, but I'm definitely like, ugh, get it together. So I'm really liking where the second book is going. This next book I bought, I talk about in my October TBR, and it is Parasite by Darcy Coates. So far, I'm loving this book. I'm on part 4, page 126, and it's really hard to put this book down. I had the same issue with, good issue to have. I had the same problem with the first book of Darcy Coates that I read, which was The Caro Haunt. And it's no different. It's no different. And honestly, she kicked off the action in this book immediately. And it scared the shit out of me because space scares me. And aliens kind of scare me. I mean, obviously if an alien is up to no good, I'm going to be scared of it because it's like a monster. But this is about, basically this whole thing takes place in space. People work on remote planets or moons, and something has started to take over. And it's a parasite, and what happens is, eventually what's going to happen is that we're going to see all of these people that we meet at the very beginning in each planet. I believe they're all going to come together at some point, try to defeat the evil, but I'm really liking that every single part is on a new planet or moon, and we're seeing this alien life form wreak havoc on it, and then the few people that make it out. So far I really, really like this book. Like I said, it's already scared me. I read like the first 2 chapters and I had a nightmare immediately because I was falling asleep as I read it. And this would definitely make a really, really good movie, I just have to say. The next book I got was Blood on the Tracks by Shizuo Oshimi. This is like kind of like a horror manga. It's more psychological. Basically, it's a family, a young boy. We're seeing his everyday life, but there's something weird going on with his mom. The thing that makes this story so freaky is the way that the faces are drawn. A lot of the adults have these really frightening faces at times, and you see some people kind of looking off into the distance, and you know that something's kind of like clicked off for them, or some people have like this hysterical look to them. And there's this weird theme about the son's mom being so overprotective. I have already read this. I wanted to read this for October, spookiness, and I really did enjoy it. I want to read the second volume immediately. I didn't necessarily rate this on Goodreads. I didn't rate it on the Goodreads. I didn't really know how to, but I guess I would rate it 4 stars. And I enjoyed it enough that I want to read the second volume. So this is the next book that I got. Next 2 manga that I got are Raw Hero Volumes 1 and 2 by Akira Hiramoto. So this is the same person who wrote Prison School. And I absolutely love that series. Although I will say the Field Day arc is a little bit much. I definitely was like wishing that would be over, but that's neither here nor there. As soon as I saw that there's another situation going on, I know this is about to be lewd as hell. I haven't even had an opportunity to look through it, and I already just saw some titties. So it's gonna be lewd, nasty, freaking naughty. So that's exciting. Can't wait to talk about that. So yeah. I think the 3rd volume doesn't come out until later this year, so I definitely want to read that. And I also saw that there was another series, and I can't remember her name, but of one of the secret student council girls from Prison School, so I might want to read that too. But got these guys, and I'm really excited to read them. The next book I got was God Level Knowledge Darts, Life Lessons from the Bronx. Life Lessons. Desus and Mero. I did not know that they wrote a book. I don't even remember how I randomly saw this. It was probably on Twitter because I follow them both on Twitter. But as soon as I saw it, I was like, I must have this. And I really could not decide if I wanted to get this as an audiobook because I wouldn't, obviously, I'm pretty sure that they both narrated it. Or if I wanted to own the physical copy, and I thought, you know what, I might want to like annotate this if it was really funny. But I have a feeling that this as an audiobook is probably hilarious. So I'm really excited to read this. I'm not sure when I'll get to it because I really wanted to devote October to being the spooky book month. Although obviously I'm going to finish Queen of the Unwanted, which is not spooky. But this I'm really excited about. The last book I got was very random. I didn't realize that this book had come out. I was just walking through Barnes & Noble and I saw it and I was like, oh my God, I have to get that. And that is The Silvered Serpent by Roshani Chokshi. And this is the second book after The Gilded Wolves. I really did actually like that book. And I know that there were a lot of people who were kind of like, meh, because I think some people tried to say that it was like Six of Crows, and obviously it's really not like that. I mean, technically I can kind of see how some characters kind of give you Six of Crows vibes, but that's a whole nother like avenue I don't want to go down because I know that that's a very not even a controversial book or topic, but I see a lot of people go back and forth about that. So none of that here. But anyway, when I got this, I already knew that Gilded Wolves was free as an audiobook on Hoopla. So even though I'd read the book a few months ago, I don't know. I was just like, you know what? Let me just go ahead and listen to it. I read the book when I was working from home and I was not like in a good space mentally. So I didn't quite remember everything from it. but I will say the audiobook is not my favorite. It's two different narrators. There's a female narrator and a male narrator, and I don't mind the fact that everybody has an accent. That's actually awesome, and not, to me, obviously necessary, because they're all such different characters and there's a reason for everything. But anyway, but the male narrator was not my favorite. I do listen to audiobooks kind of fast. My husband says it sounds like I'm listening to like the record backwards to hear like the demon speech. I guess that's how fast it is. But even when I turned it down, I got a tattoo last week, so I was listening to the end of it, and I turned it down. I turned the speed down a little bit, and he was still so monotone. It was like listening to I don't even know. It just wasn't, his parts were annoying. Only when he was speaking like himself. When he was doing the characters, I think he did a really good job. But when he was just reading, it was terrible. I much preferred the female narrator. I think she did a really, really good job. And in between voicing the characters, everything that she read actually gave me emotion. I don't know about him. But anyway, would I recommend it as an audiobook? Maybe. It went by pretty fast. I mean, I already knew everything that was going on, so I did actually figure out that I remembered quite a lot. I didn't think I would, but I did. But yeah, so I'm excited to read this. I'm probably going to get to this in November, though. We shall see. But there you have it. All right, so there you have it. That's my haul video from the month of September. I'm very excited with all the books I got. Like I said, a lot of them I'm not going to be able to get to until November, but I'm still excited to have them. And who knows, even though I did want to dedicate the month of October to spooky stuff, I know me, and I probably will just randomly want to read something else. The life of a mood reader. All right. But anyway, thank you for watching my video, and I guess I'll see you guys again. Goodbye. Bye.